Hey everyone, I'm Stutterstruck here with the dev team behind Slay the Princess, Tony, Abby, and Brandon. Out of order, of course. We're going to be talking about their new game, or the new expansion to the game that will be coming out later this year. But right now, the demo, they're going to talk about the demo, they're going to talk about the narrative. I love any narrative-driven game. I had to come check this out. Please tell me about the game. Tell me anything you can without spoiling too much, because we don't want that for the audience.
All right. This game starts when you wake up in the woods and a mysterious narrator tells you that you must slay this princess or she will end the world. And what you do from there is entirely up to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Story's over.
That's the
That's
pitch.
That's the hook.
There's a lot in here for people who like the Stanley Parable. The dash of Disco Elysium is inspiration. Really, it's at the end of the day a love story that sits nestled in a web of unspeakable horrors.
In terms of the narrative, like, what was the big influence like for that in terms of like how you craft? Because I know it's more a visual novel, like the more narrative-driven experiences tend to be around a certain genre, or like you said, a little bit of Eldritch, a little bit of the bizarre in there. What was the biggest inspiration for that?
This is probably like the 10th time we've been asked this at this PAX, and I still don't know what the right answer to this question is.
Well, that's because it has its own identity. You guys have designed your own thing. It's hard to tie it down to one thing.
It's hard to figure it out. Like, I think a lot of it came from wanting to do a smaller, more intimate game, where it's like in this claustrophobic single location. It's about a relationship between you and one other character, and it's there mostly to dive into kind of like what makes relationships between multiple people.
So much of it is kind of based around perception of different people and how a few interactions can shape the entire idea you have of someone. So say you go downstairs to meet the princess for the first time with the knife. Perhaps she is a little different because you have decided to yourself that she is someone you have to bring a knife to talk to. And then that informs how she interacts with you, and it informs everything from that point forward. So she's an entirely different person to you than she would have been otherwise. And this is definitely something that happens in life, of just, you are a different person to almost anyone else that you know, and you have really no idea how they might perceive you, so.
Yeah, right? Like in the real world, there's something freeing about leaving everything behind and moving to an entirely new city where it's like, suddenly you feel like you can be yourself instead of living within the skin that's assigned to you by other people over the course of like years and years of relationship.
Breaking free of roles and perceptions of others.
Exactly.
Like, how did you tackle all those different narrative branches and kind of tie it all together to the different endings you can get in the game?
One at a time.
One at a time? Yeah.
So I feel like there's kind of two ways you can write something, right? There's a more standard way, which is what we do with Scarlet Hollow or other game, where it's like, we have the ending, we have all of the major plot revelations in mind and planned before we even start work on the script, and then it's a matter of fleshing things out and moving from point to point. And then the other one is writing more as exploration. So it's like, let's say the princess, we had our initial concept, you're sent here to slay her, you don't, the world ends, she's shaped by what you think of her. There's only so many like reasonable decisions a player can make. So what does it mean to go down with a knife? What does it mean to avoid your task entirely? What kind of a relationship does that create? How do we explore that? And then once we get to that layer of exploration, what are the things that you can do there? And how does that continue to shape things? That one's very exploration driven from a scripting point of view.
And that's what makes it a fun game to play. Every time you go through, it's a new experience, unless you really want to do the same thing over and over. Unless there is a difference when that happens.
Well,
the game stops you from doing that.
I am excited to give it a try myself. Thank you guys so much again for talking with me.
The cameraman has a question about the art style.
Sorry, the cameraman has a question about the art style.
Okay.
Cameraman?
Changes in the perception and how the characters are drawn and designed. Could you talk more on it and how it influences the player perception of the game?
So the way that the princess kind of evolves over time, perhaps. Spoiler free, but the princess perhaps changes somewhat throughout the story.
It's the eyes.
Yeah, so much of this kind of came from it was very similar, honestly, to the storytelling of it evolved naturally, kind of as your relationship evolves, her personality and the way she carries herself and the way that she looks very much evolves to suit that. And of course, all of that is just based on deeply subconscious patterns that have been formed over the course of my entire life of like, this is what I associate with this personality type. If I were to make her look a little different here, like, this is the cultural connotation that is going to match that. So a lot of it is kind of matching cultural connotation so that it flows with the narrative and it makes you feel like the choices you are making are impacting this. Because anytime we ran up against a point where it felt like it was random, like people would say random things are happening, not that their choices led to this happening, we knew that we had to connect it more to what their ideas would be for kind of how this was going to change. So that they know, this is my choice that influenced this, this is because I saw her this way. So yeah.
Falls like a logic of storytelling.
Exactly.
Again, the themes you're talking about.
Trying to like predict how people are going to be thinking. It worked really well, I guess. A lot of people have connected with it the way we wanted, so that's awesome.
I've heard nothing but rave reviews, so I have to agree.
Thank
you for the extra question there, cameraman.
Yes.
I'm excited to try out the game.
Thank you. I hope you have fun.
Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you for talking to me.
This was lovely.
After talking with the awesome devs from the Slay the Princess game, or Black Tabby games, I also got a chance to try out another game at the Serenity Forge booth, an indie game called Centum, which is an adventure game where the character is trapped and everything around you is unreliable, leaving it up to the player to unravel the mysteries of the world and try to escape in as quick a time as possible. It was perhaps the best digital escape room I've played in a long time, and had some really interesting and fun mechanics and an art style I really enjoyed. I didn't get a chance to talk to the developers, but regardless, I'm excited to see what will come of the game once it has its full release, and managed to record some of my afterthoughts after immediately finishing the demo, and what they said was record time.
So I just finished up playing Centum, which is an awesome little demo of a point-and-click adventure game with some horror elements. It had me enraptured and had my attention immediately from the start, and I could not stop gushing about it. The demo was short, sweet, tragically short, I should say, because it has not only the most interesting art style I've seen in a long time, it has horror elements that literally made me jump in my chair. I highly recommend you guys give this game a try. It's going to be coming out in Q1 of 2025, and I highly suggest giving it a look. These devs are under Serenity Forge, and I think that overall the atmosphere is really well done. Good. It was so good. Apparently I solved it really fast, they said, but they just had it laid out in such a way that, yes, the puzzles have some difficulty to them, but so long as you keep at it and the longer you watch it, you will figure it out. It is forgivingly difficult, and I thought that it was really cool to have that, and I was disappointed that when the demo ended, and I'm really excited to see what this game will do. Hey guys, I'm Stutterstruck, here with Mr. Kobayashi and Sarah, our lovely interpreter. Here at Binary Haze Interactive, we're going to be talking about their new title, Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. Tell me all about this game. I want to hear about it.
今回のエンダーマグノリアは
In Ender Magnolia happens in the same world as Ender Lilies, but in a different country. In the first game, Ender Lilies, the main protagonist Lily was fighting alone and kind of going through her quest by herself. But in this game, Lilac is working together with her friends to go on her quest and bring it to its completion.
I can already tell, just from looking at what I've seen so far of the game, it's got a very distinct style and a very cool theme and like just kind of tone that you guys have gone for. Were there any inspirations for you that you drew from to create this game, the sequel to your first one?
そうですね私が
Since I was really young, I've been, watching and absorbing all kinds of media, and so there's a little bit of lots of things in here, but there's especially a bit of flavor from Bloodborne and Hollow Knight, especially in the sense that of the dark and unsaturated, but also gorgeous backgrounds and art style.
So I know Metroidvanias, the genre tends to be, there's always the themes of you have different mechanics that the player learns to unlock new map parts to go back to and return to, and we see that through either breaking walls, climbing, etc. Do you think there are any particular mechanics in this game, in the genre, that you think that no other Metroidvania does, that you think this is your identity, the brand for this game?
エンダーマグノリアもゲームの
Yeah,
メカニクス
of course, Ender Magnolia is influenced by other Metroidvanias in the genre in terms of mechanics with double jump, air dash, wall climbs. It's the same in that sense. But one thing that we really focused on to make it different is in terms of the level design. we've worked really hard to make the level design very intuitive so that people will look at it and know, oh, I need to come back with another skill later, and then they'll know when and where to come back to next time.
I guess then the last thing I want to ask really quickly is I know for such a stylized game, with such a cool thing, there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes into it. What you believe was the biggest challenge you overcame during the development of this title, and to add on to that, perhaps compared to how you built upon the first game?
そうですね。まず私たちがエンダーリリーズを作った時に
When we made Ender Lilies, there were a few things in terms of visuals that we were not unsatisfied with, but we wanted to improve on. And so, for one example, was the stages. Some of them were a bit blocky because the character animation, she was only able to move laterally across the screen. And so for Ender Magnolia, we've increase the animation so that she can climb and come down diagonally as well. And so that allows us to make much more natural stage designs so that the players can be much more immersed in the world and it feels less boxy or squared off. In addition, we made a lot more concept art from Ender Magnolia from the beginning, which made us able to bring the whole team together, get everybody on the same page, and really improve the quality of the visuals as we all had the same goal in mind. Furthermore, in terms of level design, one thing we learned from Ender Lilies was that a few of the maps were too big, and actually several people quit the game at that point because they got lost, they weren't sure where to go next. And so, this time with the natural maps, we're really focusing on making getting lost a lot more fun. It's a lot more visually distinctive, so it's easy to remember where you need to go, so that getting lost and exploring is fun instead of off-putting.
It's obvious this is already a lot of love, a lot of passion for Metroidvanias and just gaming in general went into this game. I am very excited to play it and give this demo a try. Before we end the interview, just tell us, when's it coming out? When can we expect in the future? What can the folks at home enjoy with this game in the near future?
そうですね。開発自体はとても順調で、
development is going really well. We don't have an official release date at the moment, but we should be able to announce that within the next couple of months. So keep an eye out for that. And there will be physical versions. We're going to try and put them as close to the release as possible, but we're in discussions with various other companies for international distribution. So we don't have a release date for physical versions at the moment, but development is going well, and it is coming. So please look forward to it.
Thank you guys so much. I'm excited to get some gameplay footage and try out the game. Thank you again, Mr. Kobayashi. And Sarah, thank you for your accent in German. All right. I just noticed the enemy there. Oh. What's over here? What we got? Am I finally armed and dangerous? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, we've already gotten our first roadblock out of the way. Oh, there she is. A triple attack in the air too, huh? The main character, the girl's got some superpowers of her own. Look at that. Casual air dodge, I see you. Oh, this feels like a boss fight. Ow. Whoa. Whoa. On the bright side, I am still doing damage even through the shield. Which even though it makes it difficult. Whoa there. Who are you? Each homunculus has a story? Oh, that's so cool. So it looks like I'm trying to cure the enemy I just defeated. Maybe I'll be able to add her to my arsenal? Or an ally, maybe? Let's play some Homura Hime by PLAYISM here. Tutorial sounds like the right place to start. This gives me kind of Nier Automata vibes. All right, parrying. Oh, great, a mechanic I'm never gonna use. Is it omnidirectional? Let's see. Oh, my timing is just, oh no, I got it. Okay, we're good. Unparried attacks, golden warning, cannot be parried, only dodged. Let's do some battle practice, sure. So that's an approach option, got it. Oh, it's a triple hit, so it keeps going even if you parry it. I like that. That felt really good, even though I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, sure. Let's try fighting the boss. Why not? I thought I was gonna have to like parry in the quick time event for a second there. Is there a reason to not be? Oh, it consumes energy, right? Oh, what? Oh, come on. I'm trying to dodge it. Oh my god, this is gonna be nasty. Ooh, there. Oh, I can't dodge through that, okay. Whoa there, okay, hey now. Unnecessary violence. Whoa, okay, I'm locking in, Chad. I'm sorry, Chad, my God, there's no one watching this. Whoa, dodge, please. I thought I dodged that. I might be dead. Nope, I'm not dead. Close, though. Oh, I'm out of... Hey! Did I just win on my first try? Hell yeah! I won my first try! Unless this is the second stage, in which case I am about to be humbled very hard. Please tell me there's not a second stage. Oh, god damn it. I felt so strong for a second there.
Now you've got it.
Oh no. Oh god.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Phew. I mean, no, I totally had that. I totally had that. We're checking out Million Depths here from PLAYISM, and yeah, Marco's taking the wheel today. It looked like a really cool indie title they have with a really interesting shipbuilding mechanic. We love indie games that have a unique style to them and have a battle mechanic that we haven't really seen before. We haven't quite seen it yet, but we're about to see it right now on the demo. Moma, our main character, is going to build, I believe, a ship with basically whatever she's got with her, a crafting kit, as she just said, and you can customize it to a ridiculous level. To the point where I think, from what we saw, you could just build a ship that looks like something straight out of Galaga and just ram it into the enemies.
Oh.
Oh, you'd click and drag them. Interesting. Oh, you block with that. Oh, you blew. Oh, you need to avoid those.
Okay.
Oh, those fives are things to avoid with your tools. It needs to repair itself. The story is she's coming back down to Earth, or she's trying to get off Earth. I'm forgetting, but she's got to get all the way down to the center to find her family. Get down there, Moma. Oh, God. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
She really isn't thinking this through, is she? Okay, so the closer you get to the center, the harder it is to breathe. What is this layout? What? I'm getting vibes from like what is it called? Maiden Abyss, almost. Oh, okay. You have to use at least one gauge to go down.
Okay.
How does she? Is that like her tank?
I think that's
auction
how
tank?
far she's diving.
Oh, okay. Doing a steal to share with everyone. Oh, this poor, sweet summer child.
Love the optimism.
I'd say she needs to be more down to earth, but I think that's what got her into this problem in the first place.
We're past that.
We're past that point.
Oh gosh. This makes defense, that shape makes attack.
If you slam the pickaxe in its head, it will be very dead. Remember this rhyme, kids. This is pretty cool. I like that they show the arc of her jump. That's a very nice assist for gamers who, like myself, have very bad perception of how to jump.
The more slender a weapon, the faster it moves in the direction it points towards.
That makes sense. Aerodynamics.
Why is this game so complicated?
It's super cool.
All power build every time. You don't need health if you don't get
Oh.
hit. Even
Oh,
though I
gosh.
totally get hit.
I think it's been. I wish I was better at controlling the pieces. There's 2 of them. This is like.
This is some of the cool stuff you can see in the full game. They've got cinematics, they got some cool art, and it looks like they've got some really complicated things you can do with it. As the second we panned away, Marco went to a new area too. There's just
Oh,
the stars,
no.
good stuff. What am I looking? What is that?
You have to pick.
Wait, you can install relics now? I'm sorry, we just saw Marco swap screens again. You can apparently.
There's a combo count?
There's a combo count. Every time
Oh.
we think this game has not enough layers, it adds more.
Okay. I'm sure these are great, but for now, pointiness, what can I say? I'm a simple guy.
But yeah, this is again Million Depth over here at PLAYISM. It seems really cool. The fact that most of our commentary has just been commenting on not only the cool crafting mechanics, but just the interesting art style. I think it's worth taking a check. Add the pointy bits, add a bomb to the end of your stick, whatever you can do. This looks like a great game. We should definitely give it a try when you
Okay,
can.
more